Hello, you amazing people, my beautiful legends. Welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast. This is episode number 646. 646, nice. I'm on the way to Dublin at the moment. About 2 hours left until arrival. So that means I am already 1 hour on the road. I am very close to the border between Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, which is part of UK. This is the shortest route that I always take from Donegal town, crossing Northern Ireland. And today is the National Cyber Security Center Conference, the first conference organized by this particular cybersecurity body in Ireland. Apologies for the shaking, but this is not the best holder that you can buy, unfortunately. It's good if you stay in the traffic or if the road is smooth, but it's quite bumpy, as you can see. So today will be pretty much the conference itself. I hope I can make it before 9, but I suspect I will be just after 9. It's still okay because there's about half an hour buffer time between 9 and 9:30 where people are registering. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's very early in the morning, so apologies for that. So registration is between 9 and 9:30. It's some snacks, coffee, tea, whatever, some networking, and then it starts at 9:30. So will be a couple of interesting speeches. I particularly look towards the NIS2, which is a legislation in Europe that is taking place, or at least the governments need to release their guidance or guidelines for this particular legislation in October. So I'm looking forward to understand the implication of it on Europe and countries involved, because NIS is already in place for quite a while. It's the information security legislation that went into power in 2016, I believe. So we are 8 years since it came into place, and a lot has changed since then. That's why European Union is attempting to implement this too. But it's boring for most of the people, probably slightly boring even to myself. But because I'm in the industry of information security, compliance, data privacy, and cybersecurity, it probably sits much better than for general public, because it's part of the job. Other than that, I don't expect anything special to happen. Julian is not going to the park with school, to that activity that I mentioned yesterday, mainly because of 2 reasons. First, on his group chat, they have like a class Snapchat group. He learned that it will be just meet up in that particular park. They will do a small loop around the the park and they will walk back to school. So there's not really any activity per se except for the walk and a bit of fresh air in the morning. That's not as bad, but he said, like, if we need to put a lot of effort to organize for his drop-off there just for the sake of walk, there's no point of him walking. It will be boring enough. And that's actually good because, well, I would prefer still for him to go there and walk, but we have nobody to drop him off there. And I even tried it last evening, couple of taxi numbers, and there's no taxis in Donegal town operating in the morning, which is ridiculous, to be honest. I would expect if there are taxis, they are kind of available 24/7, but it seems like it's not the case. Taxis in Donegal town are only pretty much evening service, maybe during the day, or probably if you pre-book it well in advance, they might serve you in the morning. But it's very surprising. It also shows a potential gap for somebody that would like to run a business here. I understand that probably mornings are covered by many public transport services like the buses, coach lines that are going between bigger towns, etc. So it might not be viable to run a taxi, but I highly doubt it because Donegal town is a very touristic town. There's a lot of people likely needing an access from Donegal town to the airports or any other places, and for some of them buses might work. We don't have any trains in Donegal town, so you really depend only on regular buses, and that's it. So if your flight is in a not suitable time, or you don't want to wait at the airport, or you don't want to go last minute, many people prefer to just pay a bit more and have, you know, private chauffeur or just a taxi, even to Dublin, as far as I know. So I must think about it, because I rang the hotel yesterday. One of the taxi drivers suggested to ring the hotel and check if they have contact for someone in the morning, and they had just one number that wasn't responding to them. So it looks like something that even myself I could fill on a case-by-case basis. It might be reasonable, so I must think about it. So yeah, no taxi. Julian is not going to school, so tomorrow is his last day, and technically just a half day, because they are going to end in the middle of the day at the big break. And that's it for 2023-2024 school year. I already have a couple of things that I need to sort out before his last primary class, which is 6th class, and school year 2024-2025. But for now we are focusing on summer. We need to push to get the most out of sauna and recuperate a bit of, you know, money that we invested in the actual business. So that's the main focus for the holiday season. We don't plan on going anywhere until probably November, assuming everything goes well and we get the business rolling on a regular basis, get a client base, regular client base that we can depend on. Then we think about November, because it's pretty eventless as a month. Of course, there's Cyber Monday, Black Friday, I don't know what else, like Thanksgiving. These things are there as particular celebrations, but they are not exactly the ones that we would be able to align with sauna. Like we want to do Christmas Day sauna, we want to do New Year's sauna, or New Year's Eve sauna and New Year's sauna. So we'll see how it goes, but Thanksgiving is not necessarily, still we can try. And you know, we can do sale of vouchers or things like that for sauna on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but that's it. So probably first half of November looks like something that we still can get to the countries that are very warm or hot, and relax at the beach, do a bit of sightseeing and recover after the summer, because I expect it to be quite busy. So without further ado, it's already 12 minutes. I'll try to trim it, and I think about recording longer episodes, then trim them for the regular YouTube channel. And if somebody for some reason wants to listen to the all long episodes, it will be likely uploaded to some Patreon or something that I might actually use. And if people want to see unedited, long format, raw episodes, then it will be more like a membership or a club of the insiders on Patreon or similar website. For now, that's it. I hope that you have a great rest of the day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on the globe. I know that many of you are in the US, so you're not even starting, you're in the middle of the night pretty much. It's 7:16 a.m. in the morning here, so that's 2:16 Eastern time, 2 a.m. And well, actually the West Coast, you are probably still in Monday vibes, Monday evening vibes, because 7:16 minus I think 8 is the difference between California, so it's still 11:16 p.m. yesterday on the West Coast. And if we go as far as Alaska, I think it's minus 10 or something. So even earlier. That's interesting, those time zones, aren't they? Once again, thank you very much for tuning in. Stay safe, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.